teams have played Chalet so far this stage. We've already seen Chalet in the NAL, but not with either of these two. So we will put them to the test. Band starting out first.
See what they decide to get rid of. Well, they haven't played this stage. It's still been a bad map if you count stage 2 for both squads. So we'll see if that changes for either of them. Thatcher, the first ban. Nothing surprising there. Maybe a Jackal here. Jackal's really good on Chalet because there's a lot of cutoff points. And when you inject the Jackal into that, it makes roaming nearly impossible. Could be a Nomad as well. It's going to be a Maverick, actually. So this is going to be a really interesting Soleil. I like that Maverick ban because when you get rid of the Jackal, or sorry, excuse me, when you get rid of the Thatcher and then the Maverick, now your only real counter to all the denial is going to be the Kali or just getting your nade where you need it to go. So it makes opening those walls a lot more difficult, and I think it makes for a more interesting Chalet, personally.
Valkyrie gone. Who joins next? Wamai? Mira?
Whammy.
Wamai or Mira? Which one is it? It's Kaid. It's neither. Okay, interestingly enough.
Circumventing expectations.
The Electro-Clawed operator, the magnificent Moroccan. He's gone.
It makes sense because, of course, we do have a Thatcher Maverick ban. So you kind of have to get rid of the Kaid, yeah?
I mean, you have to. But we've seen matches where teams will ban smoke and then run no denial and then let teams just walk in and plant for free when they were the ones who banned smoke. And it's like, oh, maybe I should have thought this through, you know? Like, yeah. So we like to think that just as when teams play Villa, and I distinctly remember this, there was a team that was playing Villa that banned Thatcher and then they didn't run Bandit, Kaid, or Mute. So it's like, I get it, but like, why? Run wall denial.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to get a little deep into that. But here, I like the bans. I like what we got. On Chalet, you need the Valkyrie ban. I like the Thatcher and the Maverick. The Kaid has to come in because of that. So it's good. Moving on. We do also have, of course, because of that, a lot of options for both teams. Like the Mira, which we see being brought, the Jackal, which has not been brought. It's going to make for some interesting and different siege. What the?
What?
Did Fozo just punch his own barbed wire? Yeah, he punched it and then repositioned it. That was weird.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb.
Maybe an act of frustration.
I think he just messed up.
Don't shame him.
All right.
First round is going to be upstairs. By the way, it's going to be Avas in bedroom. Amira is in play. Anthony was once the high-flying performer for Beast Coast, but he's taking a bit of a back seat to young Alec. Anthony had a rough outing yesterday. It was highlighted on the analyst desk segment, and we'll see if he's in any better shape today, but they've put him on Mira, so he will be the foundation of this defense, at least from the 5 operators that we see on Beast Coast side. Mira will be staying much in close to the site with the Nitro Cell in hand to possibly do some plant denial, but it might hurt the fragging upside for Anthony. We'll see.
This also seems to be a Solarium take for Oxygen if they are setting up on the big window and setting up on Solarium double windows. They're going to need to clear out Trophy downstairs and then push up the Solarium stairs before they can actually hit the site. So that's a lot of process left to go for Oxygen. They're looking to get that Mute Jammer, maybe open up the wall. And oh, look at this. Yaga's already in Solarium. Wow, that is fast for Oxygen. It leaves him very exposed, though, since he is somewhat alone. Only players on Repel to assist him.
Jay will hunker down, launch towards the bathroom. He's got that very familiar rotate that we see time and time again. Yaga throws out a grenade. Nothing found. Didn't sound like it triggered an ADS either. Nice shot from Yaga onto Jay, who unwittingly peeks into the barrel of a gun. And OXG get the very first lead-off kill with half the round to go.
They also have the wall open, and that's going to give them great avenue to the site. Fox A going for a plant already. This is fast.
But the Nitro Cell goes off. I don't know if that even would have killed him, let alone maimed him, as it seemed like it would have been below. Young Alec falls, and OXG have coverage. Fozo walks in, but the diffuser goes down. Guns come alive. Anthony finds a kill, but right now the numbers very much favoring OXG, and they continue. Another kill from Yaga. Big round from him, and OXG takes the opening round.
Wow. Okay, so good round there from Oxygen, obviously. but also really bad round from Beast Coast. They set themselves up to fail, and most of that comes down to the fact that they barely even attempted to hold on to Solarium. If you know it's a Solarium take, usually what we'll see teams do, rotate the shields, rotate your players, fall off of your roam, address the problem directly. And Beast Coast knew it was a Solarium take as soon as we saw the player on Big Window shoot at the mute jammer on the Solarium wall. They must have known after the default cam and Solarium got shot, so there's no excuse there for Beast Coast. They frankly just didn't adjust for the situation, and as a result, Oxygen took full advantage.
Oh, a quick one from OXG to start off with, and we've seen this many times with that particular bomb site. If you can gain access to Solarium, whether you're not playing down in Trophy on defense, because that Trophy site obviously, and I mean part of the map, not the bomb site. Trophy down below on the stairs leads up to Solarium. If you can't control that and you allow them to take control of Trophy early, if they can swing in through the windows of Solarium, then you are in rough shape, because once that panel gets opened up, and Jay had died earlier in the closet, which meant that the only real grip that Beast Coast had on that part of the map was gone at that point. Once that panel gets opened up leading into the bomb site, it's very simple for somebody to be on Big Window, somebody playing inside of Solarium, and maybe even one on Bathroom to just watch. That leaves one free floater to possibly do flank watch or play elsewhere while the diffuser goes down. OXG had those numbers advantages, and they could continue to make it work, so they read into it perfectly, and Yaga gets that lead-off kill to help while the rest of the team follows up, and Vertical picked up 2 kills in the process for those of you that are watching the community poll quite intently.
That's kind of funny there. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but Kino came within an inch of getting a kill on a Fozo, and he just didn't expect anyone to be there, so he didn't get the kill. It's really funny. Oh, Fozo will die regardless, though, as Vertical's in the site. This is a bar defense, and Vertical is in the bar. He's ordering his drinks, and while he is, Beast Coast is falling one after another. 2 kills up here for Oxygen, and we're not even a minute into this round, Parker. Foxay's going for yet another plant.
Young Alec will be tagged to stop this. A Nitro Cell goes out, and Foxay manages to get it off, losing about half of his HP in the process. But Vertical has the coverage. 2 kills for him. 4 in total. Watching over top of that diffuser. Anthony goes down to Yaga as this dynamic duo of OXG is just enacting a ton of pain. But Laxing decides he wants in on the fun, and like that, OXG's already up 2-0.
Wow, Oxygen playing their own game on their own planet. Meanwhile, Beast Coast lost in the forest, and they are going to need someone to come and find them as we find ourselves in a desperate situation off those last 2 rounds. Yeah, it's only a 2-0, but it's 2-0 enough for Beast Coast to call their tactical timeout.
Incredible. Beast Coast having to flush out that timeout, and Mark the Shark has some work to be done as... Already look at Beast Coast. Have you ever seen a set of players so demoralized after just 2 rounds, and not even 2 rounds? I mean, I don't even think a single round has actually transpired thus far because of the brisk pace that OXG set.
Yeah, it's been like 2 minutes, Parker. 2 minutes of action and about a minute of prep. And you can see on Beast Coast's faces, they're looking around like, ref, are they allowed to beat us that way? Can they do that? Because we haven't really seen any competition yet, Parker, and I expect that to change somewhat, right? I don't think it's going to be a complete blowout like this. Obviously, Beast Coast will figure it out eventually, but the question is, will they have any room left to recover the match when they do eventually figure it out? And I think that's why they're taking this timeout so early.
I don't think we're in for a doozy like this. I think at some point Beast Coast will pivot. Their roster is simply too talented with the upgrades that they've made, and I think it's indisputable that the 2 changes they made, bringing in both Jay and Young Alex, significantly raised the ceiling of this Beast Coast squad.
Oh, for sure.
So I don't necessarily think that it's gonna be a bloodbath the way that Oxygen has been putting on this clinic thus far. I think that we'll start to see some changes. One change that we're going to see immediately is that for you and I, this is going to be the first round that we see Thunderbird, by the way. For those of you that aren't familiarized with Thunderbird as an operator, she puts down a Kona machine, which kind of looks like gumballs, and it's essentially shooting out syringes that heal you, and there's a radius around it, and if you stand in it and you're hurt, it will heal you. But bear in mind, these are automated, and they're not particularly smart devices, so they can also heal up the attackers if they end up in that circle.
Yeah, I found the most effective tactic for this operator is to place them in positions where you either know you can destroy it before the attacker gets to them, or where it's crucial that they exist. Like, for example, right now, Beast Coast, they want to do a dedicated Solarium hold. They're going to place one of those Kona stations on the Solarium staircase with 2 ADSs and try making playing there much easier for whoever has to inhibit the roll. So that's... inhabit the role, excuse me. So that's going to be a difficult prospect regardless. Holding Solarium from the staircase is not an easy feat, but it'll be made easier, at least by that Kona station.
30 seconds in, and it's another attempt at the same bomb site before for Beast Coast, who just took that timeout. They're going to hope and pray that they can shore up the weaknesses that they had on defense.
Oh,
Weefence is actually kind of a funny word.
Weefence? Well, I've never heard of what is
weak
it?
defense, weefence.
Weefence. Okay. I see where you're getting with that.
It sounds like a. Okay, never mind. I will focus on what's happening in front of us because Vertical decides to tickle the ivories and down goes Sippin. He'll sit behind that piano and now need to be retrieved.
Yep.
I don't think Jay realizes that it is impossible, and he's wary of being held on big window. Sippin is finished off by Kino, so there you go. It's at least capitalized upon. The first kill goes to OXG. Again, 3 rounds, 3 opening duels, breaking for Oxygen. This is a good spot to be in. Yaga takes out Jay, and Fox A with 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock is going to get the diffuser down unless somebody can stop it. Ozo looks to attempt that with the Yokai, but he's taking too much damage in the process, has to fall off, and now engage over by the window. Young Alec punishing Vertical. So the Thunderbirds are go, but what more can be done of it? Because you've got a lot of weight on your shoulders. Yaga saying, hey, thanks so much. I'll take some of that healing. Goodbye, Young Alec. Anthony, a 1-2 record will become 1-3, and Oxygen will become 3-0. This OXG team is a scary, scary sight right now, and they find themselves absolutely pummeling Beast Coast.
Oxygen know what they want to accomplish. They're skipping a couple crucial steps at the beginning of the round. Their drone work, for example. A lot of pre-placed drones I'm noticing here. There are gaps in that drone work. There's potential for exploitation. However, it's not being exploited, Parker. Beast Coast is getting scared, if anything. They're playing very differently. So what we saw in that last round is, yes, an adjustment for Beast Coast. They decided to commit more heavily to the Solarium hold. But you heard me say, oh no. You might have heard me when I saw the sledge coming in through library. You may have heard the oh no. And that's because Beast Coast set up their whole defense for Solarium, and all Oxygen needed to do to counter that is just change to your standard library take. And no adjustment, once again, for Beast Coast. The only way to defend on Master is to be able to adapt to whatever attack is brought by the opponent. It's either going to be Solarium or it's going to be Library. But either way, you need to be adaptable. You have to adjust for whatever it is. You cannot set up a rigid catch-all defense on that site. And Beast Coast will stop even trying. They're going to go to kitchen.
Well, this now is their 3rd bomb site, by the way. I do wonder if with the Thatcher, Mab, and Kaid bans, if we will see a team bother to attempt that downstairs bomb site. I would imagine that it would be a bit of a headache to get into, especially with Bandit's prevalence on Clubhouse rising, but we haven't really seen that translate to any other map. It's entirely possible that we could see an attempt, though I just want to, I'm just speculating, of course. Regardless. Laxing is already in downstairs, by the way. He's inside a big garage, sitting crouched behind the vehicle, possibly waiting to strike. He'll be heading up West Main, or it's Vertical, rather, who's down there now. All right. Laxing would have been above. He's by the window.
He's droning himself in right now. Vertical is trying to gather his own information. Bozo eating some damage early on. It'll be finished off by Kino on the big window. That's why that mirror window is very difficult to play. You leave yourself very exposed. You could bring a castle to make it more viable, but Kino's just going to ash it. There's layers to it, but that's all, well, as Parker mentioned, it's just speculation. It's just absent, right? And Young Alex,
this coordination, Michael, right now that we are witnessing.
It's really bad, Parker. It's there. Oh, here we go. Some signs of life.
Oh, it's a refrag from Anthony on to Yaga. Yaga has been the best performer thus far for OXG in terms of finding space and opening things up. Young Alec has the mirror window that he's playing off of, but did he miss an opportunity for a kill? And he Almost gets it, but then retreats towards the piano. A grenade sails on in. It's credited to Fox, even though the grenade of vertical was very instrumental in getting the down. So OXG continues to run forward. In the similar spot, 2 players of Beast Coast have been buried here, but Sippin is going to dance on their graves and hope for some success. Playing just by Chimney, but he's not going to find anything for now. Anthony falls. Jay is gone as well, and this is not going to be a flawless round, but it's an absolute drubbing as without Yaga on the board, Vertical comes online and finds 4 kills. Huge stuff for OXG, and with those 4 kills, they pick up round number 4 at the same time.
I think Yaga got a 4K earlier, and now Vertical's got a 4K. And I think the word is drubbing, Parker?
I said it was a drubbing, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. This is a... I will say, Chalet is one of 2 maps where the attackers do tend to do better than most maps, at least at the moment. At least based on historical precedent and what we've seen and what we know of Chalet, it is not uncommon for an attacking team to take 4 rounds.
Sure.
No matter what happens over the next 2 rounds, Beast Coast might be able to salvage some of the matchup and gain momentum in their heads at least and untilt, but Oxygen have now put their stamp on this first half. They cannot lose it. But I don't necessarily know if this is just an attacker-sided map. Beast Coast look like they don't coordinate with one another. They are playing in positions where they are unsupported. Fozo dies. Fozo dies, and then they put Young Alec in the same spot. When Young Alec dies from basically the same spot, once again unsupported, there's a 3rd player from Beast Coast called into action as Sippin comes up in almost the same spot.
And here's the crucial thing, Parker. They're doing it one at a time. Like, if they all engage at the same time and try to confront the horde, the onslaught from Oxygen, maybe they'll trade out 1 or 2 kills. But it's just a series, a trickle of 1v1s or 1v2s all favoring Oxygen. And you can't have that. You cannot have that. And you mentioned it could just be, oh yeah, attacker-sided Chalet, which I don't personally buy, but it could be that. But at the same time, these rounds have been so unbelievably confidently in favor of Oxygen that there doesn't leave a lot of room for confidence on Beast Coast's side right now. This is one of the most one-sided matches I've seen in a while. It's not done yet, but I'm already seeing the end, and we're 4 rounds in.
By the way, we saw another kill accredited to Foxay, though he doesn't have any kills. That is once again because of the change where if you kill somebody who gets the down, you don't get it. We saw the nade from Vertical capture the down, and then Foxay secured the kill, but it wasn't his.
They need to reflect that in the kill feed for sure. That's got to be like something where they're, oh yeah, it's the kill, but then someone else's name for the actual credit.
Well, they've got time to do that. This is one of the slower rounds for OXG, and that's because nothing's really happened in the first minute that we find ourselves in. A grenade goes out, and it did a tiny bit of damage to Fozo. Sippin takes 1 bullet's worth of HP off, but Young Alec is facing a window or the wrong way. Goodness gracious. 2 kills from OXG, and Beast Coast look lost in this round. We'll continue to pivot back towards the bomb site, but OXG have not been able to get a flawless thus far, at least not that I've recorded. And this is a good opportunity to do that. 2 players from Beast Coast nearby, and oh no! No, JJJ! My goodness. Oh, that is an unfortunate situation. A flawless on the board now with Fozo and Dara back stock, and that's it. Oxygen is just playing with their food. It's 5-0.
Bum bum ba da. This isn't this isn't Beast Coast. This isn't Beast Coast. This is not their map. The list could go on. Oh, here it is in replay. For those of you who missed it, shotgun comes out. Oh, unfortunately, just missed the opportunity. And here's the vert train. Wah wah.
I think there's one thing to note, though, by the way. Jay has, at this point, only played 3 full matches at this level, just the same as Young Alec.
Sure.
This is a new player who's going to have some shakes. He's playing on land for the first time ever in this stage. He comes from a team pulled up after stage 2, maybe unexpectedly, and the fact that he is already acclimating at this level and helping lead this team is massive.
He's had some good moments.
So it's very easy for us to sit here and go, that is an unfortunate play. I believe you me, two of the most experienced people in this lobby are Laxing and Foxay, and if they pulled that off, we would have torched them. We absolutely would have torched them.
Yeah.
But with somebody like Jay, it's important for us to keep our kid gloves on because he is still very new to this league. He's having a tough game, playing on a tough role. In fact, probably the toughest role on Beast Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And people do that.
Still funny,
I mean,
though.
hell, watch either of you and I play a ranked game, and I'm sure at some point we'll do that as well. So.
Oh, I've done it plenty.
And you're Kickstar, so...
It's still funny, though. I mean, you're definitely right, Parker. He's got a lot of room left to grow. Jay's got a long career ahead of him, I'm sure. He's shown a lot of promise. This is not his match, nor is it Beast Coast's match. Let's be clear about that. The end is nigh at this point, and we can go ahead and bring that up already. But, it's still funny, though. And I'm glad we all got
somebody
to see
whiffing that catastrophically is always, amusing.
It's
but
stuff.
I mean,
yeah,
there's
no,
always
pinch of salt for sure.
Elicit a little tee, and that's it.
We see some great
OXG,
objective
by the way,
play.
this is the final defense now for Beast Coast, and OXG have been absolutely slaughtering BC. It's 5-0, and the scoreline on the left, 4 kills through 6 rounds for Beast Coast, is about as bad as it gets. I don't know, maybe Oxygen has somewhere to go. I'm not entirely certain, or maybe Beast Coast does as well, but they're going to need a big round here. A grenade goes out, it takes out the shield. Foxay is getting the plant down while all of this is happening. Does anybody know?
Nope.
The answer? No, it isn't. Everybody's still alive, and then Foxay also credited with that very first kill. Diffuser goes down, objective play for OXG, something we talked on. Not exactly the strongest, but hey, finally Beast Coast are being able to keep this one close. 2 kills right away. Kino and Vertical going down. OXG just need to wait for the final 30 seconds. Drones going out. Will they be able to gain any intel? As Jay looks to swing outside, they'll have to grab that diffuser, and this is where the tough part comes in. But down goes Yaga, trading out. Foxay doing some work with his gun skill. Laxing one another, and it's Fozo in a 1v2. Diffuser, 4 seconds to go. 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds to go. You're out of time. Foxay cleaning up in that first half. 6-0 for Oxygen.
All right, first half done. Yeah, if we get an interview, I'd like one of the questions to be: were you guys in a hurry? Is there some important occasion later today?
May I? I want to know, what are they feeding them?
That's a good one. Ask.
What are they feeding them? That's what I want to know. I mean, this is the pertinent question. Oxygen are obviously so confident that they can go for the throat on this one and deliver the knockout blow that they are going to take a timeout. And that is not a bad idea. I will say, the likelihood of Beast Coast winning 6 rounds in a row to force overtime, which is the only scenario in which Beast Coast can win, is not impossible, but about as unlikely as it gets. As likely as you and I colonizing Jupiter, Michael. So,
very improbable.
With that said, Oxygen takes their time out, and they're going to essentially devise a game plan. Redeemer is going to walk them through this. And then for this fateful 7th round, OXG are going to go for an attempted 7-0.
Yeah, I think taking the tactical timeout right now and just going for the throat, as you say, Parker, is the right call in this situation. Just get it done. Get it over with. If we see a comeback here from Beast Coast, it would be one of the most legendary comebacks I've seen in a while, because they are down so bad. They are down so bad that nobody's even questioning, not anymore anyway. Nobody's even questioning, this is just Chalet being a attacker sided. Surely it'll go back the other way when we get on to the second half. I don't think anyone really is thinking that right now. Not realistically. But hey, it'd be cool. Show us what you got, Beast Coast. Come on. Here you go. You got attack. Let's see.
Well, they were able to pick up some important kills on that one. 3 kills in that round alone almost matched their tally for the previous 5 rounds. I don't think that alone needs to be focused on more than it already has been. 4 kills through 5 rounds for Beast Coast, and then 3 kills in the 6th round. Good God. I mean, there's only up to go at this point. Vertical saw that question and was like, and I took that personally, and now he's 11-2. So
Yeah.
I don't really know what else to say. I mean, this has been so far, this has been one of the most one-sided matches in NA League history.
That's true.
And on
yeah.
top of that, it is also setting up to be the only 7-0 that we've had so far this stage. The closest that we've come to that was yesterday when TSM 7-1'd Beast Coast. So in the last 48 hours, Beast Coast have been having some major difficulties, but a good start to this round for them, as what do? Well, they pick up an opening frag. The first one for Beast Coast thus far in this entire match.
Let's go, BC. Showing us what you got. That's something there, and that's from young Alec, the prodigy that we've talked about on Beast Coast, being a newer player to T1 competitive Siege, but having a lot of potential and showing us some great performances. Again, for a while, he sat atop the NAL statistically. That was after his first match. So now he's somewhere in the middle. Let's see if he can recover his stats for this match and give himself a good showing, give his team maybe a round or two.
There's more work to be done now. If young Alec continues to get softened up here and he goes down, this will be bad. But oh my goodness, Yaga falls as well. Anthony claiming that one. Suddenly things are winnable, but don't ever count him out. Vertical playing on this deployable shield finds his 10th kill and will now retreat through the basement and try to find salvation elsewhere. No collision course for him with any of his opponents. You've still got Laxing and Kino playing inside of the site, and as long as Laxing is up, he is always a difference maker, no matter what team he's on, no matter what role he's playing on.
Oh, the C4.
But he has been playing sheltered minutes. Waiting for that C4 to go off, but it's pulled a little early, and he'll see if he can squint his eyes through those metal bars and hopefully determine if somebody is playing in that area. All the while, there's a minute to go for BC to be able to move towards the site and pull off this execute.
I want BC to bring this a little bit closer, give us some more interesting Siege, because frankly, we are starving for it so far through this match, and this has been a good start. They're set up well here. They've got the control above. They've got the man advantage. This is a good position to convert from, but as you said, Parker, don't count Oxygen out just yet.
Laxing playing this shrewd angle, watching the stairs. He and Vertical earlier on had vacated the site. Anthony will creep on up. Anthony so far being the standout. He gets swatted away by Laxing, who can now possibly stop this defuse. But Kino is trapped in his position, and they'll wait for him to swing on up. Unfortunately for Kino, he picks the wrong direction. It costs Laxing his life, and with that, the diffuser planted, and they'll be able to get out of dodge. So Vertical will need to be the one to clean up while Kino watches the site, but there's no intel as to where Beast Coast is playing. It looks almost certain at this point that a 7-0 is out of reach for Oxygen. A miracle would happen for Beast Coast to 6-0 here, just as there would need to be a miracle for Oxygen to win this round, and it's not going to happen. The guns from Beast Coast are just too good. They take an early lead in man count and snowball from there, and this is not going to be a skunk. Beast Coast gets one round on the board at minimum.
Let's go, Beast Coast. Some signs of life. It's great to see. There is, of course, that attacker advantage, but they were the ones who won that round. Also, some mistakes from Oxygen. That early peak from Foxe, a little too confident on ego. That caused some problems for his teammates. And no recovery, no trade out. So, exit, or excuse me, this has been going so fast. My mind is still stuck in the last match. Those first 6 rounds were like 10 minutes, if even. How long has this match even been going on?
Not very long. I feel like it's been about 30 minutes.
No way it's been 30 minutes. You mean since the start of the analyst desk?
So, no. So, I typed right as we were getting underway with the pick ban phase. I typed in the group chat that this was the first time that either of these teams had played Chalet, and that was exactly 30 minutes ago right now.
Oh.
And that was when, if my memory serves me correctly, that was during the operator bans.
Okay, so that's including like the tactical pauses and stuff like that. Okay. Well, yeah, all right, so about 30
Yeah, we
minutes.
don't
So
just arbitrarily not count those, by the way.
Well, no, I was thinking about like the action, but it's been a short match is more the point I was trying to get across, and it really has. This has been extremely expedient for the first half. Beast Coast now on attack. They've been a little bit slower, a little bit more about what you would expect, but still, it's got a quick pace to it. I just want to know how long Beast Coast is going to be able to hold on here. I mean, at
They
this
got
point,
dinner plans, man. Oxygen's got to be somewhere right now, so...
Relaxing's cooking steaks.
Possibly. Maybe that's what they're feeding them, who knows.
As he did.
Either way, Oxygen got really brazen on that defense. They took the BM timeout to try and, I don't know, celebrate or get under the skins of Beast Coast, and we'll see if that's a turning point. So far, with the way the teams have played, even that previous round wasn't that close when we consider what we've seen so far from this matchup, but it also was Oxygen cutting a lot of corners and taking a lot of chances that they didn't need to take, and teams do this when they have an abundance of confidence.
Well, it's also an abundance of... Oh, wow. Lots of damage done there to Alec, but no kill. I was going to say abundance of room to breathe, right? Because Oxygen, they've got the confidence because they can back it up. They've got room to breathe. They got rounds to lose here. They'll be okay. As long as they don't let that mentality seep in and stay, and as long as it doesn't sour into, oh, heck, we're losing this thing, then they'll be fine.
Down goes Jay, their fearless leader, and the thermite is gone as well. No hard breach available here on a bomb site that does need it quite a lot. This is a kitchen this is a kitchen take, so I'll be playing down below, kitchen and dining. Look for somebody to play up above, possibly over in bedroom or in office, and that seems to be where... Nope, the silhouettes gave it away. Never mind. That's where Anthony looked like he wants to go through the window. Whether he'll get in or not is the real question. Good patience from Laxing, and it's rewarded with a kill on Nefozo, and just like that, OXG grabs the numbers advantage right back. All three remaining players from Beast Coast don't seem to be within lockstep with each other. Young Alec and Anthony are so low that just a tickle from that toxic canister will kill Young Alec and do significant damage to Anthony, but they're going to test Kino's reflexes by the deployable shield instead, and at that range, one bullet from the SMG should be enough to kill Young Alec, but it's a close one.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a difficult angle to play with that weapon, but still something that I think they are perfectly capable of doing. Oxygen primed and ready to lock this one out. Here comes the push from Trophy. East Coast setup, and there's the gas canister. Down goes Alec, and he is finished off by Kino. Good use of the utility. Sippin, though, gets a second before being finally shut down. It's all on Anthony, and that's it, folks. It's a 7-1 for Oxygen, and the GGs roll out in the chat.
Well, yesterday we had a 7-1 as TSM plowed through Beast Coast, and today we have another 7-1 as it's OXG to do their best TSM impression and plow through Beast Coast again. A disappointing 48 hours, and this week for Beast Coast